Do you know that beans is carbohydrate, not protein? I know you guys will be surprised because a lot of you might have heard it so many times. I'm sure while you were growing up, people do tell you that, oh, eat more of beans because it has more of protein and everything. No, no, no. Beans is carbohydrate, not protein. So, if you want to know why I said so, or you want to know more about it, keep watching this video to the end because I'm going to be explaining why beans is high in carbohydrates and low in protein. So yeah, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bkcrown and you're watching Bkcrown Space. Hope you guys are doing great. So if you are new here, kindly hit that subscribe button. Beside it, you see the notification bell. Turn on the notification bell so you will not miss any of my future videos. And if you're continued subscribers, thanks for always coming, thanks for always watching, thanks for your love and your support so far. I love you all. Without further ado, let's go right into today's video. So actually, what I'm about to explain to you all was a big shock to me when I also heard about it and I made my research. I did thorough research about this issue, so I'm going to be explaining it in detail. So there was a time that my brother and my dad were having a serious conversation and they were arguing on a particular issue, and I was now wondering that how is it possible? They were like, sometimes I do eat rice and beans together without egg or fish. So one day my dad was like, okay, well, let's cook rice and beans. So because of cash, they said we should eat rice and beans since there's no meat or fish down. So my dad said beans is protein, so beans, if we eat rice and beans, at least we are getting carbohydrates and protein together. So when my brother came, I think my brother heard the issue and he said that my brother first said he does not really like rice and beans, that he's not really a fan of beans, and he also corrected my dad, telling him that beans is not protein but carbohydrate. I was like seriously, how is it possible? How can you say beans is carbohydrates? You understand? So he now told me that I should Google it, that he saw it on Twitter one day that one doctor said it, that all those parents that will be telling their children that they should eat more of beans because of protein, because it's proteinous. The doctor said it's a lie, that you should stop deceiving your children, that beans is not protein, it's high in carbohydrates. So I want to tell you today that beans is high in carbohydrates and kind of low in protein. So beans is both carbohydrate and protein, but if you want to make beans as your main source of protein, you need to cut down some starchy food. What are starchy food? Starchy food are also carbohydrates, like rice, like bread and so on. They are the starchy food. For instance, now you want to eat, you are thinking that, okay, I've been eating carbohydrates. A lot of people do this a lot. They will say, I've done the chop carbohydrate too much, carbohydrate food, rice. I want to eat something like beans. So they'll be like, oh, let me take beans and bread, or beans and gari. A lot of people love beans and bread. Most people, especially guys, they love to eat beans and bread. So if you buy bread, for instance, 150 naira bread, or you buy a big loaf of bread, don't let me say it's in naira, you buy a big loaf of bread and you cook just small beans and you think you are getting protein more, it's a lie. If you want to get enough protein by eating beans, you need to reduce your carbohydrates. That is, you need to eat lesser bread. We have to eat small loaf of bread. Then you just take a lot of beans. You have to eat a lot of beans with the carbohydrates, with bread. That's when you can get enough protein. So beans is high in carbohydrates. If you think I'm lying, you can do your research after this video, because I did a very thorough research, very thorough research about this particular issue. So if your mama, your papa tell you, okay, go chop beans because you don't dey chop rice to give you protein, it's a lie. It's high in carbohydrates and low in protein. And beans too has fiber in it. It's because of the fiber in beans, it will make you feel full easily. That's why when you eat beans and you eat it with bread or take it with garri, you get satisfied easily. Sometimes if you eat beans alone, you get satisfied easily, and it's that fiber that makes you to able to purge out. And people do say that beans helps in losing weight. Yes, if you eat too much of beans, you see that you start having running stomach, you start purging. So if you are purging, you need to take drugs. Some people, they don't like taking drugs when they are purging. They believe that when you are purging, you are disposing some waste out of your body. You can lose weight by eating beans. Well, you know, we have different kind of beans. We have black beans, we have soya beans, we have white beans, we have a lot of green beans, but I think it's only green beans that has more of protein than carbohydrates. But these beans we eat generally, you know, the beans we consume generally, we used to eat bread and garri. That type of beans is brown beans. Some people eat white beans. So beans is a starchy vegetable. So that's how you notice that people do gbegiri. Gbegiri is a soup in Yoruba language, in which you use beans to prepare the soup. Is gbegiri. You take it with amala. That's why they will tell you amala ewedu àti gbegiri. That is amala ewedu and gbegiri. So that gbegiri is also a vegetable on its own, so it's a starchy vegetable. That's why a lot of people love to eat moi moi, yeah, or they like to eat akara. So if you are eating moi moi akara, take more of it. Don't say, okay, you are preparing moi moi, you will not take plenty garri or plenty bread with the moi moi. No, you are not getting protein. So if you want to eat protein, eat fish, eat meat. All those ones, they are proteinous, they are high in protein. But if you are saying that because fish is expensive, meat is expensive, so you want to eat beans because it give you more protein, it's like if you want to get enough protein from beans, then just eat more of beans. If you are eating beans with rice or beans with bread or beans with garri, reduce the way you take the garri. For example, if you want to prepare wache, you notice that Ghana wache, beans is more in it than rice. It's somehow dark in color. For instance, now you want to prepare rice and beans and you don't have meat or fish. Some people, they will say pomo is not protein. It's not proteinous. There's nothing in pomo. So if you want to eat rice and beans, make sure that the beans is more. Like for instance, prepare like 5 cups of beans. Then you can now prepare like 3 cups of rice or 2.5 cups of rice. This is to say they are getting more of protein from that beans, because beans is more than the rice. When my brother and my dad were arguing over this issue, I didn't actually believe at first. I was like, what is this now? What they taught me in school is different from what they are saying now. Back then in school, I'm sure that's what the teachers are still teaching people, that eat beans is proteinous. So like, things are changing now, things are advancing. It has been known through research that beans has fiber, beans is a starchy vegetable, it's high in carbohydrates, it also has protein but it's low in protein. So that is to say, beans is a carbohydrate and not protein. So do you guys understand? So please, don't let's deceive ourselves. Let's cut. If you know that you want to get more protein from beans, eat more of beans. If you can't eat more of beans, take fish, take meat, add meat to your food or whatever. That's why you see, I always use Ghana as a reference or as an example, because and I know Ghana as a country that they eat beans a lot. So that's why when you want to buy wache, you see them buying egg, or they will buy what do they call it, salad. So everything is complete. It's a complete balanced diet. So if you want to eat more beans, make sure you reduce your carbohydrates. Stop all this mindset that if I don't eat plenty beans. Some people always say that I don't they chop rice. There's no meat, there's no fish. I don't have money to buy meat and fish. I have beans at home. I have gari. Well, let me go and cook beans. At least I'll get protein from it. At least it's not look as if it's carbohydrate, because normally, generally, carbohydrates, we consume more of carbohydrates than protein. Generally, I think all over the world, sef, mostly in Africa, mostly in, okay, let me speak for the country that I'm sure of, mostly in Nigeria and Ghana, we consume more of carbohydrates. If you list out all the food, rice, carbohydrates, all this corn, carbohydrates, they use corn to prepare banku and the rest, garri, carbohydrates. So most of the food out there is carbohydrates. Now I'm not hearing that beans too is high in carbohydrates, so why don't we just try as much as possible for us to eat egg? That's why they say you should consume 1 egg per day. But I now heard that if you consume more than 1 egg, you get more of protein, because egg is full protein. Yeah, it's high in protein, very very high in protein. So now they are even advising people to take more than 1 egg. Yes, because of the kind of carbohydrates we consume per day. We eat a lot of carbohydrates, and there's no way you not consume carbohydrates per day, abi per week. Even though you say that I don't want to eat carbohydrates today, let me eat protein. Before you know it, before the week runs out, you still eat carbohydrates. So that's why they always advise people that take more of egg. Some people even eat beans and egg, boiled egg together. I don't know. People always say that if I eat beans and eggs together, I'll be fatting. That is, they'll be polluting the air. They'll be messing. But it's good, because this is not high in protein again. It's high in carbohydrates. So when you eat beans, it's like you're eating carbohydrates, and egg is protein. So when you are fatting, before you know it, everything will be okay. Yeah, so guys, please, let's stop deceiving ourselves. Let's stop educating our children that they should eat more of beans because it's proteinous. There's protein in it, but it's high in carbohydrates. So if you want to get protein, you should know how to balance it up. Cut down starchy foods so that you can get protein in beans. But if you can't cut down a lot of starchy food, then please don't deceive yourself by taking more of little beans and more of carbohydrates. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you learned 1 or 2 things from this particular video. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel, Bkcrown space. Turn on the notification bell. Kindly share this video. Your comments are needed. What do you feel? What is your research about this issue? What's your observation? Yeah, let's learn. We are all learning here, so let me know what you think, your thoughts about this issue. And don't forget to share this video. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Take care. Love you all. Bye.